For the past year, I've been eating the same breakfast every single morning, and it's been one of the biggest reasons I've been able to see my abs again at 46 and get my body fat down to 12%. It's low calorie, high protein, and high fiber, and it's also nutrient dense. It takes less than 3 minutes to make. It's super cheap, but I want to give you a word of warning. It looks horrible, but it tastes delicious. I call it Glop, and in this video, I want to show you why it is one of the best breakfasts to eat, especially if you're trying to lose fat. And I'm also going to show you how exactly to put this together for yourself. And by the way, my name is Dango. I owned a gym for 11 years. I sold that in 2018, and since then, I've been helping high-achieving entrepreneurs reclaim their health and energy with ease and minimal stress. Now, I get it. Glop is not the most glamorous name when it comes to something that gets you to 12% body fat and helps you see your abs again. But when you get such an immense amount of benefit from eating a single cheap breakfast, I don't give a f what it's called. It works. It has 4 ingredients: low-fat Greek yogurt, 1 to 2 scoops of whey protein powder, a tablespoon of psyllium husk, and 100 grams of frozen fruit. That's it. It's around 350 calories, around 40 to 60 grams of protein. You get 10 grams of fiber to start your day, along with a good amount of micronutrients, while the prep time is around 2 to 3 minutes from start to finish. And calorie for calorie, macronutrient for macronutrient, minute for minute, there is almost nothing that gives you this much return for this little of effort. And here's why it works. So most people think that breakfast is just fuel. It's calories in and calories out, and it's something to get you to lunch. But the meal that I'm talking about does something specific for your body. Let's start with the Greek yogurt. So the Greek yogurt contains active cultures that support your gut health, but also you want to make sure you get brands that have minimal added sugar. Along with the Greek yogurt, you get about 15 to 20 grams of protein, probiotics for your gut health, and also calcium, which has been linked to fat metabolism, which serves as a great combination for what's to come. Next, we have the protein. When you eat around 40 to 50 grams of protein first thing in the morning, your body releases a wave of satiety hormones. This makes you feel less hungry for the rest of the day, especially at night. And I'm going to get into this later on in the video. And also, studies show that a high protein breakfast can reduce your calorie intake by 80 to 100 calories without even thinking about it. Next, we have what I consider to be one of the most underrated supplements on the planet, and that is psyllium husk. Now, psyllium husk is a specific type of soluble fiber that forms a gel in your stomach. And what it does is it literally slows down digestion, keeping you full for hours. Now, one caveat to this is that you want to take psyllium husk with plenty of water. And you want to do this so it can safely swell into a gel that will soften your stool and also prevent you from constipation. But because I'm eating this in the morning, upon waking, I already drink 500 milliliters of water, so this works perfectly for me. And by the way, I'm actually on day 7 of a psyllium husk challenge where I'm taking 2 tablespoons of psyllium husk 3 times a day. And the results are actually quite shocking, but in a good way. And I will have a full report for you here once I'm done the challenge. Now let's move on to the frozen fruit, because this is going to add volume, sweetness, and a good dose of micronutrients for minimal calories. And if you add some berries, then you are increasing its anti-inflammatory properties as well. Now you've got this high protein, high fiber, high volume, low calorie meal, which is the formula for what I consider to be the perfect fat loss meal, especially in the morning. Now, seeing as we're on YouTube, you will get a good amount of comments saying that I like to skip breakfast. I just don't like to eat first thing in the morning. I just don't feel hungry. And I'm going to say things that might break a lot of minds, but f it, it needs to be said. From my experience coaching clients, skipping breakfast is usually a net negative for most people. Studies actually show that when you eat a high protein, high fibers breakfast that has at least 35 plus grams of protein along with 10 grams of fiber, it reduces activity in the brain responsible for food cravings and reward seeking. And these are the exact areas that make you want to open up the fridge at 9 p.m. and eat everything in sight. Also, what most people don't consider is the fact that not eating in the morning is a stress on the body. They think, oh, I just don't feel hungry, so I'm not going to eat in the morning. And what they have to understand is that you don't just eat when you're hungry. You want to eat in a way that trains your hunger to show up at better times, because appetite and metabolism actually follow a natural rhythm. And when you place protein-anchored, fibrous-rich meals, especially early on in the day, it retrains your hormones like ghrelin and leptin to reduce the rebounding at night. And for me, one of my biggest weaknesses ever since I was a kid was uncontrollable nighttime cravings. I could control all the foods that went into my body for the vast majority of the day, but when it came to nighttime, it was like all bets were off.
I'm free.
And usually that was a time where I made the worst food decisions. And I have to tell you, this breakfast stopped that in its tracks. So when you skip breakfast or eat even the wrong type of breakfast, the opposite happens. Your cortisol builds up and this amplifies your appetite later at night. This also means that you start to experience blood sugar swings, and by nighttime, your body's just screaming for some high-fat, high-sugar foods. And most people never connect it back to what they did or didn't do in the morning. But when you eat a protein, fibrous-rich meal at least 1 to 2 hours upon waking, you are syncing with your body's natural metabolic rhythm. Your insulin sensitivity is highest in the morning, your thermic effect of food is highest in the morning, and you're programming your gut and blood sugar for the rest of the day. So when I eat Glop at least 1 to 2 hours upon waking, I'm not just filling my stomach. I'm setting up my hunger, appetite, and gut for success by 9 p.m. Now you may be wondering, how exactly do I make this meal? So let's take you into my kitchen, and I kid you not, this takes literally less than 3 minutes. All right, want to show you very quickly how I put this together. Usually I do this after dinner because I want to make sure that all the frozen fruit that I'm using is going to be melted by the time I get there. And I've done this so many times that I've just eyeballed this. This is around 300 to 320 grams of low-fat Greek yogurt. This is a scoop of protein powder and psyllium husk. This is a tablespoon of psyllium husk. I put it in here. And then before I put the fruits in, I like to mix it. I actually give this to my daughter. She likes to mix it and make a big mess.
Did you think this was a good idea?
But that is part of the fun. Now, what I find with the psyllium husk, when it gets in here, it starts to get a little bit more gel-like. So this does give a little bit of heft when you eat the protein glop. So we all mix that in, and then afterwards I put the frozen fruits in like this, and I give it a good mix. And then voila, you have the most disgusting looking breakfast that tastes delicious. It is low calorie, moderate carbs, high protein, and high in fiber. And I've been eating this every single day, and it's basically put getting lean on autopilot, at least for the first part of the day. So this is Lean Body Glop right here. Now, the biggest reason why this breakfast is a massive cheat code is the fact that most people waste a ton of mental energy in the morning deciding, what meal should I have? Should I have eggs? Should I have oatmeal? Should I skip it? Should I just grab something later? We don't realize that we actually make around 200 food decisions per day. And this decision fatigue adds up and it chips away at your willpower before the day even starts. But when you have one default meal that you know works, you actually remove an entire category of decisions from your life. And the best part is this keeps you satiated throughout the entire day. The protein and the fiber are so filling that your body just tells you that it's full. Now, if you still don't believe me and you don't think this breakfast is amazing, all I have to say is just try this out for about 7 days. It takes about 7 to 14 days for your gut and also for your hunger to start to adapt. And as you do this, pay attention to your cravings at 9 p.m. That's exactly where you're gonna feel the biggest difference. Now, if you're watching this and you may be wondering, okay, so I got the breakfast down, right? What should I be doing for the rest of my day if I want to lose fat? Well, I did a video on that. You can check it out right over here, and I'll see you on that video.